Good day, lab learners. This is Coach Angela, and I just wanted to go over some of the things that we will be teaching you during your time in the Nail Lab podcast. We will be working from 4 books. The first book is going to be the Milady Foundations book. This is where we get a lot of our core information from. The next book is going to be just the nail technology book, and this is where a lot of your practical information comes from, as well as anatomy, physiology. And then we have 2 supplemental books that are sort of a non-negotiable. And the first one is going to be The Miracle Morning. This is one of the best personal development books that I've ever experienced. And then the other one is going to be Profit First. Profit First has truly changed the game when it comes to understanding your systems and making money and seeing how to make sure you have a profitable business. So just stick around, follow along in this to the end so that you can see everything that we're going to teach and understanding a little bit more about nail technology. During week 1, we will be in the foundations, going over life skills, and then the nail technology, discussing the history of nail technology. And for our expanded reading, we will be reading The Miracle Morning. For week 2, in the Foundations book, we will discuss your professional image and how it relates to the way you look, the way you present yourself as a nail technician. And in the Nail Technology book, we will be discussing the career opportunities for nail techs, be it a celebrity nail tech, a mobile nail tech, an A&T. We will get into all of the wonderful choices you have as a nail technician. Week 3 is a great one. We will be discussing your healthy professional, because health is wealth, making sure that you keep your body functioning so that you can continue to work. And then we will also be getting into the nail technology book on anatomy and physiology. I know it's like we're going back to school, but knowing anatomy and understanding anatomy and physiology is going to be key, not just for you, but also for your clients as well. Week 4, we will discuss communicating for success. Communication is important when you are booking appointments, when you are getting your client retention. You want to make sure it's successful communication so that you have those clients that come again and again and again to keep your books completely full. Then we would get into the skin structures, diseases, and disorders, understanding how our skin operates. We are not just dealing with nails, we are dealing with the skin on the hand and the feet up to the elbow and also up to the knee. So knowing what to look for, how to look for it, and making sure we just refer, recommend, and recognize is going to be important in your career as a nail technician. We will continue with communicating for success as we move into the nail structures, diseases, and disorders. You want to make sure that your communication is great. You know exactly what to say. You know the correct information to give them in case you come across any of these kind of diseases and disorders when we're talking about our nails. And you also want to make sure you understand the structure of the nail for the products that you use, how to shape the nail, to have this conversation with your client to give them the best thing that they need for their hands and their feet. During week 6, we will talk about chemical safety. We are dealing with chemicals. We are working with chemicals as well as nail product chemistry. So what that means is all of the products that you use, they all have a chemistry to them. They all work together, be it the way that gel cures in the light, the way that structured gel has heat spikes, the way that primer works to adhere a product. It is important that you understand the chemistry of each of the products that you're using and the lines that you're using in order for you to use them effectively and properly. Infection control is the most important chapter in the books. Understanding how to control infection so you won't get sick or your clients won't get sick. Cleaning protocol. All states have an infection control protocol, especially since COVID. And it's going to be important that you understand how to keep your salon clean, your school clean, your environment clean and safe around you so that your clients can keep coming back. You will also spend time doing some review. During week 8, we're going to get into the beginning, the foundation, the base, the nuts and bolt of how we construct this manicuring business. And we're going to be discussing our manicuring and pedicuring. This is when our demos are going to come in, putting our hands on. Like your manicure is nothing but your prep with polish. Your pedicure is prep with polish. Be it if you're using acrylics, gel, dip, it doesn't matter. But knowing your tools, your equipment, everything that has to do with manicuring and pedicuring, this is where we start. We start with the manicuring and move on from there. Week 9, we're going to talk about electrical safety, making sure that we keep all of our tools and our equipment safe, knowing how to plug them, unplug them, when we have too much plugged up, how to control our cords. And we also will be going into electric fouling, understanding the different type of bits that you put in your e-foul, the speed that you put your e-foul on, how to position your hands when you're holding the e-foul so you don't cause any rings of fire or any more heat on your client's hands. Because you want them to trust you. You want to make sure that you're doing everything correctly, so they come back and they believe that you not only care about their nails, but you care about the health of their nails. Week 10 is all about monomer and polymer, the acrylic, laying your acrylic, backfilling your acrylic, rebalancing your acrylic, your shape, your bead control. We don't believe that there's a such thing as liquid to powder ratio. We believe is understanding and being able to control whatever bead that you have placed on the top of your brush. And we will be going over all of that as well as our demos. During week 11, we will be discussing tip and form application, how to place your tip correctly from sidewall to sidewall, how to blend your tip, holding your file to blend your tip. Should you use an e-file or a hand file, form application, putting the forms on, how to place them, how to use that form to shape your nail so it takes out time and less filing. We will also get into some nail art here. Nail art is going to be a continuing thing on this channel, which is fine. But we will be showing you some basic nail art that definitely has to be and should be taught in your nail school. It's almost towards the end. During week 12, we're going to discuss career planning, thinking about where do you want to work, how do you want to work, who do you want to work for, are you going to work for yourself, have you spent time building your clientele. We want to make sure that you're planning your career accordingly, as well as getting into some gel nail enhancements from not just gel. We'll do regular gels in the manicure and pedicure section, but structure gel, gel X, the full gel nails, understanding how to put those on and to the best of your ability. Week 13, on the job, we'll go through some training so you know what to do when you go to work at a salon. All salons are different the way they work. You have your spas, you have your booth and you have your salon. So we're going to do some on the job training to where you will look to see where may you want to work so that we can train you accordingly so when you go to that job, as well as getting your resume, making sure it looks right depending on what it is you want to do based on some of the career opportunities we talked about. We will also get into dip nails, the resin nail enhancements, dip with tips, dip overlay, French dip. We will get into all of that information as well. And week 14, we will review and do some state board prep. Will this be the end of the channel? No, the channel will just be getting started, but we want to make sure that you know what you will learn by being one of our lab learners.